Hello, I'm Pam of HealingStars.com. This is the chart. It's the full moon, 12th of February. You might have thought it was last night on the 11th, but actually it's here at 13:53 GMT. I've been looking at this chart now for the last 3-4 days because it is incredibly dynamic, is one word for it. Here is the moon in fiery Leo, warm-hearted, very much so, opposite Mercury with the sun in Aquarius. It's an opposition that happens every year, and this year we have Uranus involved. You just cannot escape it. This is called a T-square in astrology. So it's a very fixed T-square because it's in the fixed signs of the zodiac. So it applies to you if you have any planet at 23, 24 degrees in your chart. It will be activated. Now, Uranus is all about originality, the unexpected. We can't predict what Uranus will do. That's the whole point. It's unpredictable. And there are some very important people who have got the sun with Uranus. Walt Disney, Lewis Carroll, Bob Dylan, very much in the news right now with the film about him. Sigmund Freud, Meryl Streep, she's got the exact conjunction in her chart. Jack Nicholson, Shirley MacLaine, and an artist, Rene Magritte. What do they all have in common? Well, they are all different, unique individuals. And as an actress, Meryl Streep can play very different parts on screen. And of course, Jack Nicholson, I would say the same. Anyhow, Uranus can be genius. It can be. And what is really important about this chart and this configuration, Mars is not involved. Now, when we have Mars and Uranus combined, we can have accidents. We can be ungrounded. Important. Look at Mars. Mars in Cancer, very emotional right now, quite weak, but it can be very healing. Mars in Cancer. In a very positive trine, flow of energy up there to Saturn in Pisces. Both are water signs. We have Chiron. Chiron is very dominant right now. Dominant, not quite the right word, but it is very important. It's in Aries, 19 degrees, and Mars is retrograde at 17. So that configuration of that square, that tension, that challenging aspect between Chiron and Aries, ruled by Mars in Cancer, happens 3 times because Mars is going retrograde. Well, it is retrograde. Mars will go forward again this month on the 24th of February, an important day. One astrologer's researcher said, do not start anything on that day. Be extra careful. It is prone for difficulties, full stop. So, looking at this chart, what am I feeling and thinking? Well, I have the moon in my chart right next to Uranus. It's at 24 Taurus. So it's personal, as they say. And I've been thinking, oh God, the negative aspect, the negative. No, it's not. It's all about change. Now, I am very much a fixed sign of the zodiac. And so, yeah, change isn't easy for me. But that is what I'm being asked to do. And one thing I'm going to launch is an online masterclass workshop. I've been teaching the principles of psychology of vision, of grace, of miracles, and deep processes for over 30 years. And I know the power of a group, the group mind when it comes together. And that's very much what Uranus is all about, is the group. And that's exactly what Aquarius is about, the group mind, and the power of a group mind to change at deep levels. So I'll be announcing that very soon. It will be, my plan for happiness is the 18th of February. I'm not going to run my Planets Within course. Instead, I'm going to run a series of these workshops online, teaching some of the healing principles that I've been working with. teaching some of the healing methods that you can easily apply in your lives. If you're a therapist, you can a counsellor of any sort, you can apply these. They're very straightforward, very simple, and very effective. So that's my intuition has been telling me. I've been tuning into this for 3 days, especially when that full moon occurred. What is very, very interesting is that we've got the tension of Uranus. We have also, in Vedic astrology, the sun and the moon are both what we call Gandanta. They're about to change sign. By 4:30 today, I'm recording this on the 12th of February, my cat's just meowed and said hi to you, is the sun changes sign. I'll just quit that a moment to show you what I'm saying. Bear with me, it's going to come in. There it is. Hopefully it's coming in. Yeah, there it is. Here's this chart. So this is the Vedic chart. So the same full moon, same time, but look, there's the moon, right at the end of the sign of Cancer. In Vedic astrology, it's sidereal. Everything goes back roughly 23 degrees. It's the actual constellations that planets are in. So here we have the sun, 29 degrees, 53 minutes. Both of these planets, the sun and moon, are changing sign. And by 4:30 today, lo and behold, the sun changed sign from Capricorn into Aquarius. And that now is joining Mercury and Saturn in the sky. Venus in Western system is in Aries, but in Vedic it's in Pisces. And even though it will go retrograde, it will stay in Pisces. This is extremely positive, extremely positive. And I want you to focus on that. Mars now, retrograde, it's in Gemini. It's to do with Mercury's energy. And Mercury is very stable in the sign of Aquarius. It likes that sign. Some planets are happy in some signs and some are not. So the energy, this shift of energy, has been occurring from both sides, if you like. Both systems are saying, be aware of this change, this very stressful, absolutely, very stressful, can be very wearing, very tiring, and tuning in, which I have been. I've actually been reading a book I've had for a long time by a fellow astrologer and shaman called Jez Hughes. Highly recommend it. It's called The Heart of Life, Shamanic Initiation, the Healing in the Modern World. And he and I have actually lectured at the same time a long time ago now, but I do value his wisdom. I'm going to be tuning in tonight to listen to him. So who are your teachers? What are you learning? How can you move in a spiritual direction and get through the shadows? Because we have archetypes and we have shadows. And that is focused very much on this workshop I'm going to be giving online next week, the 18th of February, starting at 7 p.m. GMT. Thank you for watching. Pam Carruthers of healingstars.com. Oh, by the way, of course, I offer consultations. And knowing your Vedic chart is really important to understand the cycles of your life. They're called dashas and bhuktis, by the way, and other techniques that can show you on a monthly basis when the moon goes through all the signs. Do you have mood swings? I know I do. And also there's certain signs where the sun is can be very powerful and positive or debilitating. It's a technique called Ashtakavagga, hard to pronounce, but I can teach you that as well. Thank you for watching. Pam Carruthers of healingstars.com.